Hello everyone. In this video, I want to quickly show you how to set up your own Python environment. For many of you who are taking some of my courses, you already have access to a ready-made environment, so you may not need to create your own locally, but it's anyway a good idea to practice how to create your own environment because you're not going to be a student forever. So at some point you will be using your own, you will be using Python for your own project, for your work, and you want to be able to set up your own environment. That's obviously the first step. So it's good to practice how to set up your own environment and install Python. And of course, not only you will be in control, but also you will have more freedom how to handle your environment. What kind of packages do you want to keep on your environment? You can create different virtual environments, and of course it's on your computer, so you don't have limitations regarding the space. Of course, the limitation is how much storage you have on your own computer, but you're not using an external service. Yeah, so that's what we're going to do today. There are a number of ways how you can install Python. This is one of the easiest ways. That's how I usually do it. So I just go to Anaconda website. I use Anaconda distribution. There are a number of benefits for using Anaconda distribution. Well, it is easy to install, so you just you can get the Python installed very easily on your computer. It also does a very good job with installing packages and handling the dependencies and possible conflicts. It's not bulletproof. You will still have issues from time to time, but it does a good job making things easy for you. So I will go with Anaconda distribution. Another benefit of Anaconda distribution is the fact that you can create conda environments or virtual environments, which are essentially a clone of your original setup, the original Python installation. So you might be working on different projects, and for each of your projects, you may want to have to start with a clean version of your Python, but then proceed with downloading whatever module that you might need. So with conda environment, you clone your original Python installation, and you can just, it will be essentially a separate Python installation for that specific project. I will show you how these things work, but first we get started by downloading Anaconda from official website. So it's anaconda.com. Up here you can click on free download. It is free, but it still asks you to log in. So you can just log in with your Google account, Microsoft, or GitHub, or just use your email. And once you do that, you will land on this kind of page. So I have already logged in, so I'm here. So as you can see, I'm on Windows, so I'm going to download the Windows version. But if you're on Mac or Linux, you can just follow very similar steps. Just make sure that you download the correct version for your machine. So you can download the graphic installer, which is the usual .exe or the executable file for Windows. So you can just easily install it like any other software you would install on Windows. Or you can use command line. Well, in this video, the idea is to keep things simple, so I will go with the graphical installer. So as you can see, there are two distributions of conda that you can install or download and install. One is the complete one, so Anaconda distribution. The other one is Miniconda. So as you can guess from the name, Miniconda is the small version, and the main difference is that Anaconda comes with a larger number of modules and packages pre-installed. So as you can see here, it comes with 600 plus packages, so the file is big. It's probably a few gigabytes, and it's quite heavy to start with. I personally prefer to use Miniconda, so it's light version coming with fewer number of libraries. And as I progress for my different projects based on my needs, I will install different packages. So I prefer to do it this way. I have Miniconda already installed on my computer, so I'm not going to download it here, but just go ahead, use this link, download the executable file, install it like any other software on Windows or Mac or Linux. And once it's installed, get back here and let's continue from there. Okay, so once you have your Python installed, when Anaconda is installed, then you have to go to the prompt, the Anaconda prompt. So you can just see it because I've recently used it, or you can just search for Anaconda prompt and you can see the prompt. So many of you may not be a big fan of these black screens or these terminals and command prompts. So you're not going to stay here for long. Just use basically this environment to create different environments, Conda environments, launch an environment, and launch Jupyter Lab or install packages. So I will quickly show you a number of things that you can do with Conda prompt. So as I said, it's a good habit to have different Conda environments for your different projects. If you want to, which will be basically a copy of your base. So as you can see now, we are working with base. If I want to work on a new project, I can create a new environment and give it a name. So depending on what the name of your project is, you may want to, you will choose a name. So if you have a mapping related project, you may want to give it a name, such as this one, like for mapping. So if you're creating maps with this environment, and then that's it. If you want to provide a Python version, you can also specify the Python version that will be used, but I recommend you not to do this because then this will force a different Python version compared to what you have with your Anaconda distribution. And this might cause a bit of problem with installing packages. So I recommend you to go just with the Python version that you have with your Anaconda. And if you need to update it, just update Anaconda. So I just create my new Conda environment. So this is done. It's asking for confirmation. Yes. So now this is created. So remember, once you create your Python environment, your Conda environment, it's there. In order to use it, you have to activate it. So how do we activate it? It already says here. So Conda activate the name of the library. So I will have Conda activate mapping. So now I'm inside this library, this Python environment. So if I do anything here, if I install new package, it will be installed on mapping, not on my base. So just remember, if you need to switch to another environment, you can just write Conda deactivate. So just deactivate this one and then you can activate another one. If you want to see a list of the environments that are already available on your computer, you can just write Conda env list. So if you just run this, this will print a list of library Conda environments that you have created on this computer. Okay, I'm going to scroll up to find what the command I had written earlier, Conda activate mapping. So I will activate that one, and I confirm that I'm in the right place, in the right environment by just checking the name. So now I want to install packages. How do we install packages? Very easily. The best way is to start from the documentation of the package that you want to install. In this case, I want to use Jupyter Lab as my interactive coding environment. And if I go to this website, jupyter.org, if I go to the install section, there are some instructions. There are a number of ways how you can install Jupyter. So I will just use the pip method, pip install Jupyter Lab. All you need to do is just copy that one line of command and paste it in your command prompt. So I will just copy this. And if I right click here, it will be added. So this will install Jupyter Lab for me. Similarly, you can install different libraries. For example, if you want to install GeoPandas, you just write pip install GeoPandas. And if you are unsure how to install a certain package, then you just start with that documentation and you go with it. In my case, this was already installed, so requirement is already satisfied because I had this installed in my base. So when I create a copy of my base, well, these packages are there as well. So I want to run my Jupyter Lab. Now that it's installed, so imagine you have, this is how you do it every time. So you have installed the Python, so that part you do not need to repeat anymore. you open the command prompt, you open the Anaconda prompt, you activate your environment, and then you type in here. Well, if you need to go to a certain path, you just go to a certain directory. So I recommend you to do that. So if you want to go to a certain location on your computer, I recommend you to do that from here. So let's say that I want to work on my C drive. I want to work inside a folder called Hi App. So I will just cd, which is change directory, to Hi App, enter. So now you can see that I'm inside this folder. So this is easier. So before launching your Jupyter Lab, just navigate to the right folder. If your folder is on a different computer, and this is about Windows, it's different on different machines. So if I want to work on a folder that is on my Z drive, so I want to work on this folder, Z work. If I just cd there, you can, this doesn't work right away. You can see that I changed the directory, but I'm still in C drive Hi App. So what I need to do, I have to go to that drive. And how do you go there? Just put Z and the colon sign. So once I do that, now I'm in the right place. So if you're changing drive from C to another drive on Windows, just remember that CD is not enough. You also need to change the directory explicitly. So once you do that, you're good to go. So I just go with Jupyter Lab. So I want to go back to C drive. Yeah. So once you are in the right directory, wherever that is for you, you can just launch Jupyter Lab by writing its name, Jupyter space Lab. So note that there is a space when launching Jupyter Lab. So once you press enter, it takes a few seconds to launch the environment for you, the interface. So it automatically opens an instance of Jupyter Lab in your default browser. In my case, I'm working on Firefox, and it automatically opened this new tab. So this is the environment that you will be working with, or you might be already familiar with. So everything is installed. You have your Jupyter Lab set up. I'm in the directory that I had specified on my C drive, and I'm good to go. So we already saw how to install libraries from the command prompt. So that's the standard way of doing this. But in case you're in your Jupyter Lab and you want to install something directly from here, you can of course do that. So you can just use the terminal from here. If you want to have access to the terminal, if you want console, Python console, you can also do that. So you can run something. So if you want to make sure something is installed, you can test import. So import GeoPandas. If it is imported successfully without error, it means that the library is installed and I'm good to go. If you get an error that the name is not recognized, or if the library is not installed, then you need to install it. So how do you install it? Either from the command prompt and the Anaconda prompt, or from here you can open a terminal, which is essentially the same thing as here. So you can also install your libraries from here. So I can write pip install matplotlib, for example. It's another library that we often use for visualization, and you can see it's already satisfied, so it is already installed. But that is how you can install libraries. Another way of installing libraries is straightly from your notebook here. So if you want to install a package directly from your notebook, you can easily do that. You just put an exclamation mark, pip, if you want to use pip for installation, install Jupyter. Let's try another library, so H3. Yeah, so this is an example of how you can directly from your notebook install a library if it's missing from your environment. Yeah, so hopefully this video was helpful. Again, I highly recommend you to do this, even if you end up using a ready-made environment for the course. I still highly recommend you to practice this at least once so that you know how it works and how you can set up your own Python environment.